Loveland High School has recently obtained a new strength and conditioning coach, and Coach Alex Merkel might have just been the perfect fit.
Into lifting. So I got into lifting because I started in middle school. I was a football player and a wrestler, and really I just wanted to get kind of like a leg up on my competition. So that was one thing that I knew that a lot of kids my age weren't doing, and I had an older brother that was in the military, trained a lot during his time there, came home and started taking me with him to the gym at nights, like late at night after he got home from work, after I got home from school, and started lifting then. And then I saw the results from doing that whenever I would go out and play, and how much stronger and faster I was than other kids my age playing the same sport. And I just kind of fell in love with that aspect of it. And the more I did it, the more that I loved it and saw even greater benefit from it.
Coach Merkel was hands down a grand slam in the interview process. He is an individual that has high enthusiasm. He has the best interest for kids. When you walk into the weight room when he's in there, you can tell that he is the one that is, setting the motivation for the students. It's his room. People are glad to be in there. Very enthusiastic. He's got a background. He's worked for Ohio State University. He's worked for Elder High School. He's done a lot of other different things. Worked for some dynamic people throughout the city. So he is a very qualified, highly enthusiastic, very well-trained strength and conditioning coach. We're very fortunate to have him here working with our student athletes. About our strength and conditioning program, first of all, I think it's important that we have Coach Alex Merkel here, who develops programs for all the teams. Obviously, any top-level strength and conditioning program at the high school level is going to increase the ability, maximize the strength of all of our student athletes. Whether it be strength, whether it be conditioning, whether it be flexibility, team camaraderie, whether it just be confidence in an individual. Just getting into the weight room and being a part of a program, a year-long program, is quite a commitment, and it requires a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and a team effort. So I think all those factors involved helps the overall athlete become better, and not just better in their selected sports, but also better as a human being.
What's most important about the strength and conditioning program? I think that's a loaded question because there's a lot of things that you could point out that are really important about it. I think the number one thing is to help keep athletes safe and reduce the risk of getting injured. I think that's the number one thing because I talk about this all the time with the kids, is an athlete's greatest ability is their availability. So it doesn't matter how strong, fast, or good you are at your sport. If you're injured and you can't play, what good are you? So it doesn't even matter then. So I think injury prevention is the number one thing, and I think the impact you can make long term, as far as you can get kids in here, teach them how to train, teach them how to do exercises properly, teach them the proper technique. That way they can carry that beyond just playing sports. They can carry that with them the rest of their life. So I think those are a couple things that are really important about this place, about the training program. The claps. 3, 2, 1, clap it up! There we go. Beautiful. 2 lines. Let's go. You got 10 seconds. They don't mean anything. It's just kind of I always think about it as setting the tone for training. So you get kids, they get done with school, they're out in the hallway, they're kind of just walking around talking this, that, and the other thing. So it's kind of just a tone setter to let them know hey, time to flip the switch, training's starting now, you got to be ready to go. So that's kind of something that I like to do. I learned that while I was at Elder. That was something that we always did, and I loved that because it kind of locked everybody in and just let them know hey, it's not social hour anymore. It's time to train. So that's what the claps are about. And then when it's kind of the same thing at the end where we're closing it out. It lets you know that the training session's over. We're gonna talk real quick, and then you guys can get out of here. So that's what the claps are about.